Russia and Iran, two BRICS members, have completed the integration of their national payment systems, a crucial step towards strengthening economic cooperation and avoiding U.S. sanctions. The leaders of both countries' central banks have been working closely to integrate Iran's CPAM system with Russia's System for Transfer of Financial Messages, or SPFS. This integration will enable the two countries to undertake trade and financial transactions in their respective national currencies, the ruble and rial, lessening their dependency on the US dollar and the Western-dominated SWIFT system. Both countries regard this as a strategic step to reduce the impact of international sanctions and improve commercial ties. Russia, harshly sanctioned for its invasion of Ukraine, and Iran, facing long-standing sanctions for its nuclear program and other issues, are increasingly partnering to construct financial infrastructure free of Western influence. The first trade transactions under this new system have already occurred, and both countries are hopeful about the possibility of greatly enhancing their annual bilateral trade, which is expected to quadruple from $4 billion to $8 billion. This integration is part of a larger drive by Russia and Iran to build a more durable and self-sufficient economic partnership, strengthening their alliance in the face of Western economic pressure. Iran and Russia have devised an alternative to the SWIFT payment system to strengthen economic ties and circumvent Western sanctions. This innovative technology connects the financial correspondence networks of both countries, allowing them to make transactions directly in their national currencies, the Iranian rial and the Russian ruble, rather than relying on the US currency or euro. This move is part of a larger attempt to de-dollarize their businesses and reduce the impact of Western sanctions on financial activities. An alternate system that integrates Russia's system for exchanging financial messages, SPFS, and Iran's domestic financial messaging infrastructure allows banks in both countries to establish direct brokerage relations. As of the first half of 2023, the SPFS network had over 500 members, including 131 foreign organizations from 15 countries. This technology makes normal financial transactions easier and enables the opening of letters of credit and other financial assurances. In addition to integrating their financial messaging systems, Iran and Russia have agreed to use the Russian MIR payment system, which is already used in other countries, including Turkey and Vietnam. This mechanism enables the direct settlement of trade and energy payments between the two countries, further reducing their reliance on Western financial infrastructure. Iran and Russia's objectives for building a new interbank payment system are deeply entrenched in their common goal of minimizing reliance on Western-dominated financial institutions and lessening the impact of international sanctions. The United States and its allies have imposed strong sanctions on Iran and Russia, significantly limiting their access to the global banking system, particularly the SWIFT network. They intend to sidestep these constraints by building an alternate interbank payment system that would allow them to conduct commercial transactions autonomously. The new system enables them to conduct trade and financial operations without the use of Western intermediaries, mitigating the impact of sanctions on their economy. A major motivator is their aim to de-dollarize their economies. The dollar's supremacy in international trade offers the United States significant clout in worldwide financial dealings. Iran and Russia hope to reduce the dominance of the US dollar and increase their financial independence by increasing the use of their currencies, the ruble and the rial, in bilateral commerce. This policy not only makes them less vulnerable to US economic policies, but also promotes a more multipolar financial system, enhanced bilateral trade. The integration of Iranian and Russian banking systems is supposed to allow smoother and more efficient economic transactions between the two countries. With the new payment system, businesses in both countries may open letters of credit, make transfers, and issue guarantees more quickly, boosting commerce and investment. This method is part of a larger attempt to strengthen economic connections and boost bilateral trade volumes, which have already increased significantly in recent years. Beyond economic considerations, this action represents a bigger geopolitical strategy. Both countries want to cement their alliance and portray a united front against Western geopolitical supremacy. By working together on such crucial infrastructure, Iran and Russia are indicating their willingness to assist one another in the face of Western pressures and forming a counterweight to Western financial hegemony. The new payment system is intended to provide a more stable and secure environment for financial transactions between the two countries. Iran and Russia hope that by relying on systems not controlled by Western entities, their financial transactions will be unaffected by external political acts. This stability is critical for sustaining economic growth and development amidst persistent geopolitical difficulties. The BRICS nations, which now include Iran, Saudi Arabia, the UAE, Egypt, and Ethiopia, are stepping up efforts to create a single interbank payment system to reduce reliance on the US dollar and increase financial sovereignty. This program is part of a larger strategy to build a more resilient and self-sufficient financial infrastructure among member countries. The BRICS members are working to create a single payment system called BRICS Pay. This program aims to integrate Brazil, Russia, India, China, and South Africa's national payment systems, resulting in the creation of a digital wallet that allows for frictionless cross-border transactions. The platform's key goals include lower transaction costs, increased security, and reduced dependency on intermediate currencies, such as the US dollar. BRICS Pay will use new technologies like blockchain and central bank digital currencies, CBDCs, to enable efficient and secure payment operations. The system is supposed to be decentralized, lowering the likelihood of system failures and increasing transparency. By employing open APIs, BRICS Pay hopes to be interoperable with multiple existing payment systems, allowing cash to travel more quickly and securely between them. The effort promotes inclusivity, enabling equitable access to financial services for individuals and enterprises, regardless of income or location. Furthermore, the platform's architecture emphasizes sustainability, encouraging long-term economic stability and resilience. The strategic development of BRICS Pay is a key step toward de-dollarization, offering an alternative to the dollar-dominated global financial system. This approach is part of BRICS members' broader aim to improve their economic independence and global influence. One of the BRICS nations' key policies is to boost the use of local currencies for trade and investment among member countries, a process known as de-dollarization. This strategy tries to lessen the US dollar's dominance in their economies and the vulnerabilities associated with exchange rate swings and Western sanctions. For example, China and Russia have already begun to utilize their national currencies in bilateral trade, allowing for smoother and more secure transactions. In 2019, Russia did more than 70% of its trade with China in national currencies, up from 30% in prior years. Similarly, Brazil and China have begun to settle trades directly in their respective currencies, skipping the US currency. The agreement between Brazil's central bank and China's central bank allows for up to 30 billion yuan, about $4.3 billion, in trade to be handled in local currencies each year. India has also taken steps toward de-dollarization by encouraging the use of the Indian rupee and establishing trade partnerships. In recent years, India and Russia have made greater use of the rupee and ruble for defense and energy deals. Furthermore, South Africa and China agreed to use the South African rand and the Chinese yuan for trade settlements, strengthening economic relations and lowering reliance on the dollar. The BRICS Pay effort complements this plan by establishing a unified payment system that incorporates their national financial infrastructures, allowing for frictionless cross-border transactions and strengthening economic cooperation within the group. Pay aspires to establish a more secure, efficient, and politically neutral payment system through the use of sophisticated technologies such as blockchain and central bank digital currencies, CBDCs, and BRICS. China's cross-border interbank payment system, CIPS, is an important part of the BRICS financial infrastructure. CIPS, which debuted in 2015, facilitates international transactions in the Chinese yuan and aims to compete with the SWIFT system, which favors the US dollar. CIPS offers a secure and efficient platform for cross-border payments, decreasing dependency on the United States financial system. The system is intended to aid the internationalization of the Chinese yuan by providing a dependable mechanism for international trade settlement. CIPS also intends to recruit involvement from overseas financial institutions, broadening its worldwide reach. BRICS countries are looking at the prospect of creating a unified currency to improve economic integration and lessen dependency on the US dollar. Theoretically, this currency could have backing from resources like oil, making it a dependable and stable medium of exchange. Such a currency would facilitate trade among the BRICS countries while protecting them from the volatility associated with the US dollar. However, developing a shared BRICS currency has enormous hurdles, including establishing a stable exchange rate and ensuring widespread adoption in international markets. Despite these hurdles, the plan underscores the BRICS countries' determination to create a more resilient and autonomous economic system. If our work resonated with you or inspired you, please consider showing your support by liking it and subscribing to keep connected with our community. We greatly appreciate your support. You can now view another video from our channel on the screen.